The Bay Area's rock station, 107.7 The Bone.
How's the tour?
It's killer.
Pretty awesome. That's just, it feels like we just met everybody. Like it just started. We just had our introductions. I can't believe
it's like summer camp. Everybody's going home.
I know. And me and Phil have been like having antics going back and forth for the last week, and
yeah, they
tonight's the finale. So.
They need to get home and rest. It's getting out of hand.
Yeah.
What have you guys been doing back and forth?
Well, he started it. He's been playing like he's a prankster, a lot of fart machines and all kinds of crazy stuff, and so.
Did it get ratcheted up a notch from fart machines?
Well, yeah. Well, last week I
definitely.
Well, last week I got a blow-up doll for him, and it had an autograph. It had a
plastic.
It had a photo, autographed photo.
Cheap.
So I signed. It said it was signed, but I wrote to Phil, and I gave it to him. I said, "Okay, it's a truce, Phil. This is one of mine and Tiffany's very good friends. She's going to be coming to the show tonight, and we're all going to hang out and have a good time and some drinks." Oh, great, Chuck, brilliant, and he was like all ready for her to come up, and then showtime came. I brought her out on stage. The blow up, me and her just sat in chairs next to each other, and he's looking, and the tongue just spins like this, and he's looking at her going, "You son of a bitch," because he was serious. He was telling everybody, "Yeah, I'm gonna have a Playboy model here tonight, and Chuck's gonna hook me up with her," and then it turned out to be a blow up doll. He was so pissed. It's like that's it. You're getting it. Yeah, so we're gonna see what's gonna happen tonight.
Tonight should be very interesting.
Yeah.
So you're waiting for him to get you back?
Yeah, well, yeah. He didn't do anything. He didn't do anything in L.A. So I'm like, okay. So L.A. it's a business town, but so we'll play tomorrow.
Yeah, there's an eerie silence coming from he's plotting.
Yeah.
He's making everybody really nervous.
Yes. It's starting. I mean, I was in bed last night and I heard my curtain open, and I thought it was Tiffany jumping in my bunk with me. I opened my eyes and realized Mickey D's humping on me, in my bunk. And
Motorhead drummer falls into his bunk.
Yeah, starts humping me.
No joke.
I'm like, oh, God. It started.
Yeah. So what are you going to do to him tonight?
Well, I got farm animals. I got sheep and pigs and cows, midgets, and the good old girl that came out last week. She's going to be there.
Oh, they're all going to make an appearance.
Yeah,
there's a midget love doll.
Yeah.
Okay.
It comes in a box.
The midget love doll.
The midget love. That's
and
what
then
it's
bought a bullhorn, and I got these.
This is all top secret, by the way.
I got the fart machine. I got the keychain that pants.
Yeah, this all gets aired after the show.
Yeah. This will be under wraps, and they won't talk.
But I don't know. He's got something. I'm sure.
Yeah, something
crazy.
Is up the sleeve.
Yeah.
And since he didn't do anything yesterday, whatever it is, he's like saving it.
Yes.
Like it took time to plan.
Well, there was everybody had a big guest list last night, and it was all business people, so it wasn't time to play last night. So
at what point do you hit him with the farm animal?
First song. I'm gonna put him on. I'm gonna put him up on his back line on the amps, and I'm gonna bend the naked girl over the top of the drum riser, and.
God, I hope we're not interviewing Judas Priest at the hotel when that happens. I so want to see this. So in talking about like serious stuff, Formation of Damnation, album of the year at Metal Hammer. I haven't seen you since that happened.
Yeah.
That's like really huge. I mean, when you were recording the album across the street from my house,
yeah.
Did you think it was gonna happen?
No, we didn't know. I mean, personally, I knew we had some good songs, but until we finished the record and mixed the record, did we realize, because our goal was it has to be as good as The Gathering, if not better.
Sorry, guys.
And so that we knew we had a high standard to fill, that it had to be as good, or the fans might be going, man, I waited 9 years for this, and it didn't meet the expectations. Until we mixed the record in the Andes and played it as a whole record, I was like, wow, this record came out pretty good, and I think it's better than The Gathering. So I was very happy and couldn't wait for everybody to hear it, because I was excited, thinking it's a good record, So everybody that heard it, at least, now are talking that it's a good record. And then to win a Metal Hammer Award for it was like the big payoff for us. We're like, people even interviewed us. Did you expect it? What's happening? We're like, yeah, we did. Yeah,
I did.
Yeah, we worked hard on this record.
Hard on it.
Now, how did that work with you flying in, flying out? Because you don't even live on the West Coast anymore.
That's right. I flew in, I flew out. In some cases, a couple of the guys would fly out to me. And, yeah, it's one of the fortunate things. I can live in New York City. The band can be in the Bay Area. And, well, you know, part of it is technology. We can send ideas back and forth. And a lot of the rough ideas were worked out, you know, on our own computer studios. You know, on the little Macintosh. Mm-hmm. And then as far as the actual tracks, I did about half of them on the East Coast. Eric and one of our engineers came out.
Really?
Yeah. I did half the tracks. I was actually on tour with the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and we had a couple days off in Albany. So I did about half the tracks during those days off. Then I came out again in January when I got off tour, and right before going to the NAMM show, I did the rest of the tracks. We did all the pictures for the album, and yeah, we schedule it carefully, but it works out well.
So you were just able to not even, I mean, that's just unfathomable to me that
well, when
you
we
could
were
be so far apart and so busy with other things.
When we were shaping the album, we worked together.
We did a lot of it at my house in the living room.
Yeah.
We set it up in there, tried to get a real comfortable vibe, and it's not more comfortable playing in the living room, you know.
Yeah, it was actually a great way to do it.
And it was really, we threw everything out on the table, all the riffs, all the ideas, and it was a lot of it just sparked like that. You know, I think some of the stuff Alex had turned out to be some of the best stuff. You know, everybody, it was like a painting. Alex brought the riff. Paul, he was trying to show the drums to the drummer at the time, and I came with a vocal line. We all just kind of threw it out there, and I swear, like within like an hour of jamming on it, it was like a song. You know, we just like it just came out like that.
Yeah, I think rehearsal spaces can be claustrophobic. You know, there's no windows. It's all carpeted. They're kind of ugly, but you know, Chuck's living room, you know, it's like bright light. There's comfortable sofas to rest, and it was just like less pressure. So I think we enjoyed it more. And so the whole time we shaped the record, you know, I was there. We got to the point where we were pretty much playing all the songs. Mm-hmm. We could have done a concert with all the songs together.
In the living room?
In the living room, sure.
Sounded great there too.
Yeah. Those acoustic ceilings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we got it so that all the songs were done live, and then we went to the rehearsal studio and recorded them, just as a demo. So we had all the songs done live, and then when we did the process of doing it as an album, the building track by track, we had this model from the songs being played live, and I think it came really close to that.
It was all mapped out, all the beats, all the timing.
Wow.
Everything was exactly, what we finally came to agree. Like, that's the tempo. This got to stay here, and it was the first record that we actually set goals for ourselves. We just wrote riffs and dove right in without talking about it. And this year we're like, okay, let's talk about this record. Talked about how we wanted the drums to sound, our goal to get bigger guitars, for me to sing a little more on the record.
Was that more of a maturity or kind of necessity?
Absolutely. Well, both, I think.
Just so we're all on the same page, because we haven't worked together for so long. We figured this is probably what we should have did in the past, but you didn't think about it. You're just writing songs.
And then everybody has different ideas about it.
We wanted to make sure that he were on his page and he was on ours, and we knew what we were going for.
Yeah.
How'd you end up on that page?